शङ्खचक्रधरं देवं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम् श्रीवत्साङ्गं महोग्रस्तं वनमालाभिराजितं शङ्खचक्रधरं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम् हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे.
Thank you. So melodious song recited by our lovely kids. And thank you to you both, Radha and Meera. I hope you will keep on reciting for us ahead also. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ram Ram.
Ram.
Okay. Now, verse 2.27 of Transcendental Knowledge, Chapter 2, that is Swankhya Yoga. So, Lord Krishna is saying that Jatasya hi dhruvo mrityu dhruvam janmam mritasya cha tasmad apariharyerthe na tvam sochitum arhasi. So, Jatasya hi, it is certain. Jatasya, who is born. Jata means who is born. Dhruvo mrityum, it is certain to die. In some textbook, or we are also referring that as sure as death. So that is Benjamin Franklin also written in his novel that it is as sure as death. Such novel has been written by Benjamin Franklin. So it is certain for all of us to die. For that sake, Lord Krishna is saying, Jatasya hi dhruvo mrityum. Who is born is certain to die. Dhruvam janma mritasya cha. And who has died, it is certain for it to reborn again. Dhruvam means certain. It is certain. Dhruvam janma mritasya cha. Who has been died will again take birth. Jatasya hi dhruvam mrityum dhruvam janma mritasya cha tasmad apariharyerthe. For that sake, tasmad apariharyerthe, which is inevitable, which is compulsory to happen, which is inevitable, and it cannot be abandoned, or it cannot be left. It is sure to happen. Tasmat apariharyerthe na tvam sochitum arhasi. You should not be grieved. It is not befitted to you to be grieved. It does not look good for you to have sorrowful for them. So for that sake, जन्मे हुए की मृत्यु निश्चित है और मरे हुए का जन्म निश्चित है. सो इसलिए तुझे इस अवश्यम भावी घटनाक्रम के लिए शोक करना शोभा नहीं देता. द literal meaning, the translation of it is, for death of anyone born is certain, and of the death rebirth is certain. Therefore you ought not to grieve over an inevitable fact. So that is the only thing certain is life, is death. The most certain thing in life is that we will meet with death one day. It is most certain. It is never that we can escape from death. Now, psychologists categorize the fear of death as the biggest fear in life. So here we are also seeing that in Patanjali Darshan, the Abhinivesh, the instinctive urge to survive at all cost, is a trait for all living beings. Though we are certain to die, but it is the basic instinct of all of us to escape from that, how we can survive. And such kind of fear is there in all of us. And the same kind of fear was visible in Arjuna, in Parth also. So for to eliminate that fear, that you have not to fear, you have not to be sorrowful or grieve on them, because it is certain to die. Why are you lamenting on it? So who has taken birth, death is inevitable, and you should not lament over it. Now, next verse is 2.28. अव्यक्तादीनि भूतानि व्यक्त मध्यानि भारत अव्यक्त निधीनान्येव तत्र का परिदेवना अव्यक्त आदीनि भूतानि who were not manifested before birth. We all, before our birth, our manifestation was not there, because our soul was there, but it has not manifested before in this kind of body, though it might have manifested in earlier other body forms, but it is not manifested as a Shiv Kumar, so, or as anybody else. So avyakt adini bhutani, who were not manifested before birth. Vyakt madhyani bharata, O descendant of Bharat, that is the king. Bharat was very great king, and you are descendant of that great king. So O Bharat, we are expressed, manifested in mid of the timeline. So we are in a span of 70 years, 60 years, or 80 years, we are manifested. And before that, we are not manifested. Avyakt nidhananyev, and nidhan, avyakt nidhan anyev. So after death, we will again be unmanifested. मृत जीवन से पहले हम सब व्यक्त नहीं थे, मध्य में हम सब व्यक्त हैं, और मृत्यु के बाद हम फिर व्यक्त नहीं होंगे. So what is the meaning of this to indicate? What is the meaning of this? Like when we sleep, then we see dream. So dream was not manifested before our sleep, and dream will also not be manifested before we get awakened. So dream is in mid period of time during the 8 hours of our sleep. So whatever is expressed in mid of it, and it is for short period of time, that is called false, that is fake. So in the similar manner, untruthful. So in the similar manner, what we see that our body, it is not the eternal, it is untruthful. Similar like dream, though we cannot perceive it, because 60 years, 70 years is a long span of time. And so we forget that this thing is untruthful. So it is not eternal, it is ephemeral. ये नश्वर है और ये अनादि नहीं है, हम ये भूल जाते हैं. So for that fact, तत्र का परिदेवना, for that it is not befitted to you to grieve. So for that you should not grieve, as it is only manifested in mid of the period. अव्यक्त निधिनान्ये अव्यक्तादीनि भूतानि व्यक्त मध्यानि भारत अव्यक्त निधिनान्येव तत्र का परिदेवना. So translation is, O descendant of Bharat, all being remains unmanifested in the beginning, then become manifest in the middle, and after that they certainly become unmanifested. What lamentation can there be with regard to them? So for them who are going to die during this battle, you need not to grieve, you need not to shed your tears. So in this material realm, every individual soul is bound by 3 bodies, that is the gross body, the subtle body, and causal body, that is casual body. So that is gross body. What we see is the gross body, Annamay Kosh, Annamay Kosh and Pranmay Kosh. So these are our gross body, that our senses along with our body weight. It is called the gross body. So which is going to be burnt in ashes after death is called our gross body. So Annamay Sharir. Then the next body is, it is a kind of tiniest. So this is uh, of larger form, but the miniature form is, that is Sabal body, Manomay Sharir. So whatever our samskar are there, whatever are the traces of our goal, when we do any work with certain goal, then it leaves the traces. And for that trace, to erase those traces, we have to take rebirth again. So for that only, Lord Krishna is saying, कर्मण्येवाधिकारस्ते मा फलेषु कदाचन मा कर्म फल हेतुर्भु माते संगोस्त्व कर्मणि. So you should do your karma and you should not worry about goal, because there is you are not having any right to decide what is going to happen, because whatever will happen, it is as per your the previous samskar which you have made, or as per the syllabus which is most suitable for you will be given to you. It is up to teacher what kind of syllabus is going to happen, what marks are going to earn. It is not that you are examining also and examiner also, so you cannot check your own question answer sheet. So you are only liable to write answers and it will be checked by teacher. You are no one to decide, I have done good, by teacher, but teacher has not given good marks. Many of the students, weak students, are lamenting like this. So the same thing is expressed by Lord Krishna, that here three kind of bodies are there. One is gross body, and whatever traces of work is left during our this gross body, we make many of goals, and those traces are left behind. Even during death, many of our goals are left. So those goals which we have made, those determinations, any kind of sankalp which we made, those traces, along with it, soul leaves this body. उन सभी संस्कारों के साथ आत्मा इस शरीर का त्याग कर देती है जब ये शरीर उसके योग्य नहीं रह जाता. When this gross body is not able to further refine the soul, at that time soul leaves his body. If this house is collapsible and it is very old, then we leave this house, otherwise we change it. So such is the same is the condition, same is the fact with soul also. So there are three bodies. One is this gross body along with its five senses, that eyes, nose, ears, similarly skin. These are the senses, so by which we can perceive, nostrils, and that these are the senses. Second is our sabal body, manomay sharir, annamay sharir. The next is sabal body, that is manomay sharir. So our samskar is along with soul, it is a sabal body. And the next one, the third one is, which is very finest, it is anoraniyan, sukshma se bhi sukshma. So that is the third body, is our casual body. So that casual body, when we leave our samskar, when we leave the trace of karma, that is the casual body, it is the soul. So such is, and with that Vijnanmay Kosh and Anandamay Kosh, we ultimately merge into God. So those koshas are there, which are the finest of the body. So that is gross body, casual body, and subtle body. With this, as we evolve, so these are getting dominated. In earlier stage, our gross body dominates. In some of the less evoluted animals, even they are not able to think, even they are not able to even sense the things. Very miniature, very instinctive life forms are there. They are not developed with senses. So such is the form. So many insects are there, senses are not properly developed. Plants are there, less sense development is there. But after, when these animals are getting evolved, like when they become dog often shed tears, horse very sensible and very faithful about master. So such is the case. So highly evolved animals are there, then the sense getting developed. And in human, that our senses are leading to our body, means eyes can guide our body. Such is the case. Now when we get more and more evolved, then our mental so mental capacity, and that is here uh, further, when we are more evolved, then what is our knowledge? It leads the body. So here as we get evolved, then our finer fabrics, that is the subtle body, and after that, that is casual body, are getting more and more strengthened, and we are getting refined. So such is the nature. Consisting the five gross elements: earth, water, fire, air and space, subtle body is made. So here the things are explained by Lord Krishna, that for whatever things you are lamenting, that is only made by elements of earth, five elements of earth, and ultimately it will get decomposed in this is the recycling biogeochemical cycle. These all body elements ultimately will be turned into ashes, and it is a kind of cycle. And for that you have not to lament. It is on regular basis, and it is the law of nature, and you should not lament on this. For house, nobody is lamenting. For the person living in it, it is to be lamented, but that person is always alive. That is anadi. This soul is anadi. If we leave from one house to other house, a newer one house, then we often celebrate, we do grah pravesh. So when such is the case, we are doing grah pravesh. And in similar case with soul living in body, if it is taking birth in a newer body, then it is a matter of harbinger, it is a matter of joy, and you have not to lament on it. So such is the key knowledge of transcendental knowledge or Sankhya. Now our next verse is आश्चर्यवत् पश्यति कश्चिदेन आश्चर्यवत् पश्यति तथैव चान्य आश्चर्यवच्च मन्यः शृणोति श्रुत्वाप्येनं वेद न चैव कश्चिन् आश्चर्यवत् pashyati kashchidenam. So that is the verse 2.29. Such is the nature of soul, that some are seeing it. That is it soul? Is such is the property of soul. Ascharyavat pashyati kashchiten. Some are seeing it with amazement. They become amazed. Such is the nature of soul. So that is the laureates. So those who are knowledgeable, so who are tattvadarshi, who know better about the transcendental knowledge, they also see it or listen it, see it with amazement, astonishment, exclamation. Ascharyavat pashyati kashchidenam ascharyavat tathaiva Ascharyavat vadati tathaivacha. And some are explaining it with amazement, that such is the knowledge, such is the property of soul. So who is explaining is also amazed. Who is seeing it is also amazed. That is we will explain what does it mean by seeing it. Otherwise, it cannot be seen, it cannot be perceived. But who is saying about Atman, soul, is also getting amazed. Ascharyavat Chayanamanya Shunoti, who is listening about this transcendental knowledge, about this soul, is also getting amazed. Shrutvapenam vedana chaiva kashin. So, who is listening is also getting amazed. And other is, so, Shrutva Pienam. Shrutva means having heard. Enam, to it, having heard to this sound. Shrutva Penam Vedana Chaiva Kashin. Ved, that is Nachaiva Kashin. So after hearing about this, some are even do not understand what is said. So even some are unable to get understand that what is said about that is some soul is living. So many of our, that is branches, even do not believe today that some soul is living in it. They are only believing that this is a matchless assembly of various body parts, organism, tissues, cells, and digestive system, various organic systems. So organ systems are there. So such is, some are believing like this. Even they do not believe on soul. So Lord Krishna is saying such is the matchless theory of the soul, that some are listening, some are saying, and some are seeing with amazement. So the translation meaning is this, the translation is this: कुछ इसे आश्चर्य से कहते हैं तो कुछ इसे आश्चर्य से सुनते हैं, कुछ इसे आश्चर्य से देखते हैं और कुछ इसे सुनकर भी नहीं समझ पाते. So that is, someone visualize it as a wonder, visualizing that, making what is a soul. It is only visualizing. That seeing is does not mean that it is seeing. We visualize something in our brain, in our mind. So similar is the case. Some visualize it as a wonder. Similarly indeed, some else talks of it as a wonder, and someone else hears it as a wonder, and someone else indeed does not realize it even after hearing about it. Many of the person even do not realize what is said. So the whole world is amazing, from the tiniest atom to the larger galaxies. It is all amazing. Ano Raniyan Mahto Mahiyan. So that is, God is manifested in, is smaller than the smallest. छोटे का भी अनंत है, छोटे से छोटा, छोटे से भी छोटा. All atoms are composed of subatomic particles, electron, proton, but those electrons are made of quarks. Quarks are made of gluons, and if we see gluons, then all are made of tiny and tiniest particles. It is up to infinity. It is not that there is an end of smallness. Smallness is also going up to infinity, and the largeness larger than the largest. If we are thinking that this universe, this Brahman is largest, it is not so, because there is no ultimate wall standing at the edges of Brahman, at the boundary of Brahman. So larger than the last. Even we cannot imagine, because if horse runs faster, it cannot take off. Similar is the case. घोड़ा कितना भी दौड़ ले, वो उड़ान नहीं भर सकता. So our mind has capacity. It cannot think about that the ultimate largerness or ultimate smallerness. Both are infinite, and the more astonishment is there, both end at one point. Such is the thing. So similar explanation is given by Lord Krishna, that this world is amazing, from the tiniest atom to the larger galaxies. Galaxies means It is a group of 50 million stars, and one of such a star is sun. So 50 million stars composing a galaxy, and we are living in Milky Way galaxy, and 50 millions of galaxy make a universe. And such there are many universe. It is not that our universe is there. So it is like that. Now, they all are wonderful creation of God. A little rose flower is also amazing. So a little flower, any kind of flower, it is having petals, many of the colors in many flowers. So it is all amazing. Who fills color in it? It is all amazing. Now, a little rose flower is amazing, its texture, smell, and beauty. The most amazing is the Supreme Lord Himself, because it is manifesting. You can see the variegated leaves, the leaves of various trees. It is having so matchless colors. Even you do not paint it. If a painter, a skillful painter, is painting the nature, landscape of nature, we see what a beautiful painting is there. But it only is up to certain extent he want to make it. And the more beautiful painting is of landscape only. And this landscape itself is a matchless painting. So it is beautiful when it is manifested by Lord's energy. That is, it is by Paramatman. Paramatman is only manifesting everywhere. In the tinier than the tiniest and the larger than the largest, it is all manifested by our super soul. So the most amazing is the Supreme Lord Himself. It is said that the divine head is only, that is, Lord is only manifesting is this. Soul being a fragmental part of God is most amazing. Then what does soul does? Soul manifests within this body. So soul, even though cannot be perceived, but it is manifested in body, and by this body we manifest the manifestation of Lord. God manifests in this nature. Soul manifests in this body. Super soul, that is God, Lord. Paramatman, Param Atman, manifest in this whole universe, even tiniest and largest. Soul is manifesting confined within this body, and by help of this we amazingly see the manifestation of Lord, and then only we can get attached to our Lord. That what kind of manifestation is it? Even we can also get amazed if we see that how this body is working noiselessly, very smoothly. There are many of the factories are working within our body, but there is no noise. Very perfectly and smoothly it is working. So we can very get amazed. Doctors are getting amazed. Surgeons are getting amazed. What is this body? So, and when we are amazed to this wonderful world, then only our bhakti develops, then only our samarpan, then only our surrender get develops to the feet of God. जब हम आत्मा का इस शरीर में व्यक्तिकरण है, उसी तरीके से परमात्मन का इस प्रकृति में प्रकटीकरण है, और हम जब परमात्मन के प्रकटीकरण को देखते हैं तो हम भक्ति से भर जाते. Now, so the soul being a fragmental part of God is most amazing than the things of the world, because it is transcendental to material existence. So transcendental to material existence, just as God is divine, its fragment is also divine. So when we know a little or more about this soul, when we feel that yes, somebody is living in our body, this is a body and the soul is embodied. हम शरीर हैं तो आत्मन शरीरी है, that is living in the body. This is only the transcendental knowledge. We are not the fact, soul is the fact. This is only the transcendental knowledge. Soul is eternal, body is ephemeral. This is the transcendental knowledge. When we look the body like this, then it is the transcendental knowledge, and then we are amazed. So, just as God is divine, its fragment soul is also divine. For this reason, mere intellectual prowess is not enough to comprehend the soul, since the existence and nature of the soul are difficult to grasp. So, आश्चर्यवत पश्यति कश्चिन, कुछ इसे आश्चर्य से देखते हैं और कुछ इसे समझ भी नहीं पाते. So it is not easy to comprehend or grasp the existence of soul. So such is the explanation of this. Now I will end this session here. The next verse we will take in next session. सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः, सर्वे सन्तु निरामया, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्. न तोहं कामये राज्यं न स्वर्गं न पुनर्भवं, कामये दुःखतप्तानां प्राणिनां आर्तनाशनं. त्वदिष्टं भवतु गोविन्द, त्वदिष्टं भवतु गोविन्द, नत्मदिष्टं पाहि मां, रक्ष मां. तेरी इच्छा पूर्ण हो, हम सब तेरी शरण में हैं, अपने चरणों की भक्ति दो. श्री राम.
धन्यवाद, बहुत बहुत
बहुत बहुत बच्चों को.
थैंक यू आंटी. धन्यवाद आंटी. राम राम आंटी.
बहुत भावनात्मक गाते भजन.
थैंक्स आंटी. थैंक यू.
शिव कुमार, बहुत बहुत प्यार, आशीर्वाद, मार्गदर्शन देते रहते हो. बढ़िया, बहुत बहुत प्यार.
Thank you, Bhaiya. Today, I think the session was really very beautiful. I really enjoyed it, today's session. Thank you so much, Bhaiya. And thank you all for joining today. Thank you. Ram Ram.
Ram Ram.